And so it's on. Months of debate about the future of our relationship with Europe. Now, over the course of this campaign, you're going to hear all sorts of claims and counterclaims and even the odd bit of dodgy information. So this calls for a survival guide, how to navigate your way through the Brexit campaign. And so here are the three big rules. First, beware the big eye-catching catch-all numbers. Let's start with one you've probably already heard from the Remain camp, and that is the idea that if we left the EU, £3,000 per household would be lost, 3 million jobs would be at risk, according to their research. Sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But when you dig into the numbers, you find that £3,000 is the total economic activity associated with EU trade. No one, even the biggest pessimist, expects that to disappear overnight. But this isn't the only fishy claim out there. Another one you've probably heard from the Leave campaign is the idea that EU membership costs the UK a whopping £20 billion a year. Again, sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But when you dig into the actual research, you find that, first of all, 20 billion is kind of overstating it. It should be closer to 17.9 billion. Second of all, when you account for all the money coming back from the EU to the UK, the net cost of EU membership is actually about £8.4 billion. Still not to be sniffed at, but nowhere near as much as they claim. So survival rule number one, beware the big numbers. Rule number two, beware the small numbers too. My particular bugbear here are all those job losses claims. You know the kind of thing. HSBC saying 1,000 jobs are going to go over to France. You've got Deutsche Bank reconsidering whether their headquarters are going to be here in the UK. And Airbus thinking about kind of the same thing. Now, the precedent suggests that those threats don't normally get followed through. But on the other side of things, look out for all of those small numbers about the costs of EU membership. You've got financial regulations, environmental rules, CRD4, Solvency II. It's very easy to get blinded by all of this. But don't miss the wood for the trees. The big picture is that even if the UK became like Norway, it would still have to adopt almost 95% of those regulations. Which brings me to rule number three. What's the alternative? To coin a phrase, what's the roadmap? Neither side in the Brexit debate seems very keen on explaining precisely what kind of a deal we'd have if we left. Would we be like Norway? Would we be like Canada? That has an enormous bearing on the costs and indeed the benefits of Brexit. But instead, both sides so far seem far more keen on focusing less on the facts and more on the fear. But don't worry, the best survival tip of all is to ignore all the emotional stuff and concentrate on the details. After all, this is a crucial fork in Britain's political road. Does it stay in the fold or soar off in a totally different direction? Ed Conway, Sky News.